Hello and welcome back to another episode of Going Medieval. My name is Uthris and we are going to be working on the town some more today. First things first, we're going to name a new person who has joined the town. We actually have gained 4 citizens here lately, so we actually have quite a few slots. Someone wanted to be named Rusty, so we can go ahead and name Clement here into Rusty. And that means we currently have 3 slots basically open for your guys' suggestions. So again, if you want to join the town, feel free to leave a comment with your name of your choice, and as soon as we have a space, we can add you here. So this episode, there's going to be 2 buildings I think that we need here. Number 1, we researched the blacksmith. I had to stick it underneath this loft area because of how big the armorer's stand was, which I think is a fine location for it. It's out of the way. It's still part of the structure. It being kind of open air, I think is fine. And honestly, the building still serves its function quite nicely. So we just kind of leave it at that. That's okay. It is queued up to actually create things, from mechanical components to a couple berdiche and short swords, basically kind of everything that we can make right now. Also some disassembling tasks. Setting these to, anything less than sturdy quality, I smelt back down, and anything less than 40% HP, no matter what quality, I smelt back down to just this is like your maintenance kind of tasks to have there. So that kind of cycles through all the loot that we get through vendors and items like that. Ooh, Alex Yukikaze, nice straw hat, my friend, out here in the rain. We're clearing some forest. We're cleaning up a little bit of the mountainside. Also, because in this spot here, we're going to go ahead and build a new kind of multi-person home, because we are currently out of beds. We have kind of 12 citizens, 12 beds, and I want to build another structure similar to this one on this side across of the blacksmith, just to provide more housing. I think it'll be a pretty straightforward sort of construction phase, which is fine. I'm actually going to take that edge off too. And yeah, so we'll be able to fit, three more people in that house by itself before anything else. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do a limestone wall. So 5 wide, pretty standard for our homes. And then I wanted maybe to here. For the overhang kind of effect. Split the building up in half like that. And let's do kind of opposite of what this structure recently was. We'll do kind of clay for the walls. So here is the box. That's alright. Standard wooden floor though, because I feel like a wooden floor is just kind of the cheapest one to use a lot of the time. The door, wooden door, nothing crazy there. Window though, we will use clay. And maybe just a double window, a double window, something like that. All right, no back window. No, that's going to be right against the cliff there. Nothing too fancy here. We'll do, I think, a wicker roof. We don't use this as an actual roof piece, except for like over here. So for a color balance perspective, I think it would be a good idea to do. So I'm going to need one of these. And like like that. So we just have a little overhang. Nothing too crazy there. Continue playing. We'll speed up time. Allow them to dig out this hillside a little bit before we furnish it. And I might even put another little kind of, what's it called? Research table in here. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this. And let's do clay brick, crust here. Let's add a chimney. Give this supports. So a bit of a different feel with the roof like that. It's kind of cool, actually. I wonder if we can kind of do the same. I want to do that on the front too. As just an effect. See how that looks. It honestly gives it a little bit of a Viking feel. Not much, but maybe just something different. Kind of on the front and back side. That's pretty cool. We can keep that. It's all right. All the roof coming in now. And we can go furniture, 3 beds. Just across the back here. Super easy. It's okay. And we can do a wooden table. Just like that. And maybe some of the new wooden chairs. It's a hailstorm coming through. Oh, why? It's a little bit different. Production-wise, basic research table. Maybe, yeah, we can just put that right across from the normal table. A little bit of a leisure activity would be good, like a backgammon table. And we might even have some of the new decor items to throw in here. Can I do something like that for the research table? That could be cool. Give it some bookshelves. And then maybe like a shield over the table itself. Cool. Need some lights. A wooden sconce should be enough, to be honest. One over that. One over the bed. And then boom and boom. Cool. How'd the roof turn out? Looking cool. Definitely a different looking kind of building. Alright. And it kind of just seals in this area, make it feel a little bit more lived in, which is an awesome effect. So that house will be built. Let's just make sure we have enough timber, which we kind of do. It's just laying on the ground over here, so they'll definitely pick it up. No need to rush that. I will chop these 3 down though, just for some extras. We are harvesting our crops. Wonderful. How much stuff do we have down here in the basement? Look at that. Look at how much food we have. Awesome. And currently none of it's decaying really much. 27 days. Which honestly is plenty. That is plenty. We're 77 days in to the save. So we are doing decently well. Okay, next structure that I want to work on is actually over here. We need to get the mine all settled. The mine's going to be obviously a nice building. Well, not really a nice building, but a nice to have building for us. So let's go ahead and dig out that a little bit. Just straighten this up. And it is going to be kind of an open, kind of covered bit that then kind of spirals down into the hillside. Our defensive kind of dugout over here is basically done also. So that's good. So what I need to do first is probably get the too deep area kind of resolved. So we're going to dig something like that first. And then we'll reinforce the sides with pillars, which should be pretty functional. Get this. So we have, what's it, 50? Is it 50 on the other one? Yeah. Good. Look at these bookshelves. Beautiful new home. Definitely going to function well for us. We're gonna get a little stockpile. I always put one stockpile in here for food, so that they store food potentially in a house. Obviously, it's going to kind of decay quicker up here than it does down in storage, but that's why we only put one pile in here. Hopefully that just helps people not have to go all the way to the root cellar just to get some food every morning. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously, the order in which they kind of take the items around is kind of first come, first serve, closest sort of thing. So, you know, this is pretty normal. Look at this. Look at this chair. Some people have also mentioned in some of the comments there's apparently a structural rating, something that I have not known about. So, if I click on this floor, you can see there's a stability item here. And so some people were curious if what the stability was like in my flooring in the barn, because I didn't use many cross beams. And the lowest stability goes down to 1. And that's pretty much right here in the middle of both this beam, and I think there's also a beam right about here. So, you know, now that I know stability is a thing, it's something to keep in mind. I just either have been lucky that my structures haven't really run into the problem, or I just naturally build in a way that's a little bit more support kind of functional, right? Because if you think about it, you know, I'm used to playing like medieval engineers or something like that. So it could make sense that those items is kind of just ingrained for me to worry about. Let's do a couple of these trees, knock them out. Also, awesome. I'm gonna get rid of the grass farm for now, because I have a feeling I just don't need it anymore. We have almost 1,000 thatch just stored up, and if we need more, we can just always replant more grass. So not really a big topic. Oh, good, they've already dug out a fair amount of this. I think that'll be good, and then we get the staircases in and all that stuff. The first entrance is going to be kind of like an open top, rough covering of the area. And then once you go down a flight of stairs, we'll go ahead and make like a room. Kind of just a rough storage room, probably. And go from there. Wonderful. Awesome. Look at that shield. It uses our coat of arms too. Let's see what people are saying here. Ate a nice meal, slept in a nice bed. People are liking the new beds. That's really helping their mood kind of climb. And we're really kind of some settlers mind if their apparel is of poor quality. Tailor something nicer for them to avoid this mood modifier. Okay, desperately thirsty. So we need more alcohol. It's a given. We need a lot more alcohol. How many berries do we have? We don't have many berries. In fact, we have none. That's probably why we don't have any alcohol going on. I'm gonna add the berry one to all of these. Awesome. Just so that if we get an influx of berries, we can fire up all of those. The kilns are running. It's looking good. Take a look at our stockpile. Some of the weapons and items that we have. What I might end up doing is start limiting. Oh, good iron short sword. That's pretty good. 4.44 DPS, huh? Does it require anything? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so I can kind of force equip some things. 3.66 on that. .21, 3.37. Okay, so you know, some of this stuff is going to function a little bit better. But I think eventually we'll really only want the highest quality of everything. Which, if we take a look at it, the highest quality is flawless, right? And then superior and fine. I would say fine quality and above eventually. And then anything less than 40% HP will smelt down too. Once some people get a little bit more settled, I'd say we can do that. We can also go through and start laying out the main path, I think. So I'm gonna mix limestone floor and limestone brick together as like the main kind of thing. And this might end up being good. This might end up being bad. Not sure. Okay, so there's some limestone, some brick. So the centerpiece will be fine. Kind of like a 2 wide path. Should I do like a clay border along it? I'm not sure. But the nice thing about the roof is that it makes your people move more efficiently. So 15% move penalty on grass and soil. Only a 5% move penalty on some of these other things. And honestly, the brick gives even more. So it's 20% boost. Does that mean I just make a brick road? No, I don't think so. That pattern would get a little old. Mixing them up, I think, would be better. Now, line that out. we're gonna do a 3 wide staircase to get down into this lower level. Bump out this door way a bit. Do something like that. And then we can get another room, which we'll dig down from. Think about building some of these supports. Awesome. Chef, hard at work. Getting some stuff made. Also, third coming attack, armor glisten, pennants fluttered. All right, how many people we got? We're facing, okay, 10 raiders on this episode, it seems. Not too bad. I think we can manage that. They are spawning on the lower terrace, and they should work their way back over to our standard choke point. So let's go ahead and draft everyone. Okay, it's about noon on the 8th day of autumn. Let's get everyone moved over. Archers positioned on the raised section. Awesome. We're up to 5 archers and the rest footmen. Let's just double check the path that they're wanting to take. Yep, they are wanting to come up the good old way. So we will move people into a defensive scheme. For intercept. If they even make it up the path. The last raid we had, I mean, we were able to kill them in the farm, so we'll see how these guys do. Cue the archers. First hit. Second hit. Ooh, good block on his part. So they will make their way up here on this one. It will not be good enough, though, from the looks of it. Okay, good. Weaken that front line. Solid hits across the board there. Barth, you always seem to get yourself in the front line. You have no armor. Okay, one of our people finally got hit. Just like that, 8 have died. That means there's honestly more just kills still. But they're evading, they're running. I'm not going to chase them down. There's kind of no point there. We will select their equipment, pick that off the floor. I don't see anything too crazy. Just some sturdy stuff, flimsy stuff. Nothing really of awesome quality. Good iron mail. That's pretty good. Flimsy, fine. Good iron two-handed mace. Requires 10 melee. How is our melee team doing when it comes to their skill? I don't know why in the manage screen melee isn't here. I mean, neither is hunting though, so that would make some sense. Alright, let's just check it the other way. Alright, melee 9, 7, 9, 9, 7, 8. Okay. Not too bad when it comes to melee. We're getting real close to 10, which would kind of unlock better stuff for a lot of us. Rusty, are you not gonna go rest there, bud? You probably should. Settlers are pretty exhausted after the fight. Makes sense. So these are both minor cuts. I don't think they're gonna die from it by any means. Let's go ahead and build up this wooden support. And then from a roofing standpoint, we will do, I guess the wooden roof makes the most sense. Awesome. Give it some lights. In here. Very good. And we'll do maybe double brazier. Triple brazier. Yeah, sure, why not? More braziers, more of the fun. So this will be the mine. And there's obviously going to be one main way to get through here. You're just going to walk through the little forest and come out the other side. I might end up cutting some of these trees back a bit. Long term, I might put a tower here, just kind of oversee the area. And I might even, let's cut this back a hair. And maybe put like a little shed, just a covered area for like ore and stuff. Normally in these type of games I would be building like a crane system or a quarry like area, but I don't think that's going to be doable with the selection that we have in this game. Take a look at research. So it looks like we can finally do research number 2, which is a new type of book. A little bit different than the previous type. And so that'll kind of open up the potential library type of structure that we'll want to make in the castle. The castle is still going up here, by the way. I might build another house down here and then worry about like some sort of defensive structure on this side. Not sure. But the castle goes up here, and then maybe like a church up here, and maybe like another one here for each denomination. I think that would be good looking, and then we can get rid of this structure in general, finish a lot of the road work. Also start terraforming the cliff a little bit. Get our defensive towers in. And buttressing along the top cliff edge. How did they mine here? Were they able to dig underneath this block and get to it? I guess. Each one of these little cubbies I'll put a brazier in, so it looks like you just kind of walk through a brazier-filled hallway into another down ramp. Would be good. Or we can make it a spiral. What is this, 3? Yeah, we can do a spiral with this kind of room dimension. Maybe start it here and just spiral down like a level or 2. And then branch out. I haven't really dug down in this game yet. I haven't dug any sort of mine because I haven't really needed one yet. Not even when we were playing the closed beta. Our town is farther along than the last time we played for sure. Alright, well tell you what though, this episode has already gone on long enough. We're about to hit winter. And we're about to get into some more interesting structural items now that we have kind of the mine laid out. A new home for our citizens, some more beds, and some more research completed. So look forward to more Going Medieval soon. You guys have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more creative goodness such as this. Hit that like button, and we'll see you all in the next one.